You ever stand in front of the mirror, grab your stomach, pinch your love handles, or stare at your thighs and think, why won't this part shrink? Why is this the only place holding on for dear life? It's frustrating, feels unfair, and it makes you wonder if you're doing something wrong, or if your body is just broken. But here's the truth you've probably never been told. You're not failing. Your plan isn't failing. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Now let's talk about why it feels impossible. Because everyone tries to target the fat that bothers them most. Your belly, your hips, your chin, your thighs, you name it. And you've probably tried to fix it too. Planks, crunches, creams, fat burners, maybe even some weird influencer detox tea that tasted like a punishment for bad decisions. But eventually you realize something. Nothing worked. That one spot you hated? Still there, still stubborn, still mocking you every time you put on clothes that should fit better by now. And this is where the big lie lives. The lie that you can burn fat from just one area if you target it. It's called spot reduction. And it's a myth so big and so annoying that it should have been canceled years ago. Because if spot reduction actually worked, we'd all have ripped six-packs from laughing at bad fitness advice. The real problem, you've been told the wrong thing. You've been chasing the wrong strategy, and it makes you expect the wrong results. You think fat loss is supposed to happen where you want it to. You think if your belly is the problem, your belly should shrink first. If your thighs make you insecure, they should start tightening up right away. That's not how the body works. Fat doesn't leave from the place you hate. It leaves from the place your genetics choose. That's the part that stings the most. Your stubborn fat isn't a sign of failure. It's a blueprint your parents handed you the moment you were born. Some people lose weight from their face immediately. Others notice their arms shrinking first. Some drop chest fat quickly. Some lose fat from their legs before anything else changes. And then there's your body, the one that burns fat everywhere except the one spot you're praying for. So you diet, you train, you try, and nothing happens in your trouble area. And that's when most people quit. Not because they were wrong, but because they didn't give their body long enough to reach the places they cared about most. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to admit. The spot you hate most is always the last to shrink. Always. No exceptions. No hacks. No shortcuts. You don't get to choose where fat burns off first. It's like draining a swimming pool. You can't point to one corner and say, drop the water level here first. It drains evenly, all at once, but not all at the same speed. That's how fat loss works. You burn fat systemically from everywhere, but genetics decide what goes first and what sticks around until the bitter end. For men, it's the stomach and the love handles, the world's least fun biological gift. For women, it's the hips, the thighs, the lower belly. Mother Nature really said, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. And then there's face fat, which hits everyone. You gain 2 pounds and suddenly your jawline disappears like it took a personal day. Your cheeks puff up, your neck softens. It's like your body wants to announce to the entire world, they've been enjoying dessert recently. But it's all genetics, nothing more, nothing less. The solution and why it's simpler than you think. Let me make this very simple. You cannot choose where fat comes off. You can only choose whether it comes off at all. And that happens only one way, a calorie deficit, burning more calories than you consume, or consuming fewer calories than you burn. Same concept, different perspective. This is where people mess up. They think their plan is broken because their belly or thighs aren't shrinking first, so they switch diets, switch workouts, switch supplements, and after 3 weeks, they're frustrated all over again. But if you stay in a deficit, fat will come off. Just not from the area you're staring at every day. The first changes will show up in weird places. Your face, your arms, your back, your calves, areas you don't even care about. That's not a sign you're doing something wrong. That's a sign you're doing something right. Keep going, because your stubborn area isn't ignoring your effort. It's just saving itself for last. Now, here's where most people mess up. They try to do exercises for that area. Ab workouts for belly fat, thigh workouts for leg fat, side planks for love handles, jaw workouts for face fat. Yes, people actually try this. It doesn't work. Not because those exercises are bad, but because they don't burn fat from that spot. What they do is build muscle underneath the fat. Which brings us to the next part of the solution. Build muscle in your stubborn areas. You can't burn fat from one place, but you can shape the muscle underneath it. So when the fat finally does come off, the area looks stronger, tighter, cleaner, and more defined. Holding belly fat? Train your abs. Not to burn fat, but to build the foundation underneath. Holding leg fat? Train your legs. So when the fat reduces, your legs look strong instead of soft. Holding face fat? I'm sorry. There is no magical jaw workout. Chewing gum aggressively is not a face fat burner. It's just chewing gum. The only face workout is lowering your overall body fat. The real formula. A calorie deficit, strength training, consistency, patience. That's it. That's the whole secret. The hardest part? Sticking with it long enough for your stubborn areas to finally let go. Most people quit right before the results show up. Right before that one spot they hate begins to shrink. Right before they hit the part of the journey that actually changes everything. The mindset shift you need. You need to stop expecting instant results in the area you hate most. You need to stop jumping from plan to plan. You need to stop assuming you're broken. You need to stop letting 3 weeks of effort erase your belief in yourself. Fat loss is simple, but simple isn't easy. It takes time, and stubborn fat takes even longer. But if you stay in a deficit, if you train consistently, if you give your body time, it has no choice. The fat has to come off. Biology doesn't negotiate. It only responds. You will lose it, but you have to stay in the game long enough to collect your reward. Your body is not the enemy. Your genetics aren't your enemy. Your stubborn fat isn't a curse. It's just the last chapter of the story. The part you haven't reached yet. The part you'll unlock if you don't quit early like everyone else. Most people fail not because they're incapable, but because they stop right before the breakthrough. Don't be that person. You're closer than you think. You just need to let the process work long enough to reach the areas you want the most. It shapes your body into something you're proud of. And by the time you finish it, your physique will be so different, so upgraded, so sharp. You might just forgive us for not giving you a fat loss shortcut. If you want a part 2 on this, how to create a calorie deficit without feeling miserable, let me know. Because once you master this, burning fat becomes simple. Not easy, but simple. And once something becomes simple, you win.